Civic Media somewhat proudly presents the John and Gordy Morning Show. The phone lines are already buzzing, but that's just due to a faulty connection the engineers can't track down, so don't let that stop you. Call anyway, 608-879-8255. Now here they are, John Peterson and Gordy Young.
Great stories to bring to you today.
Good morning.
It is just a phenomenal new administration that I just can't wait to sink my teeth into and spit out. This is not boding well. You know, I told Sam this. I don't know if I told you this. My focus, I hope to get my focus more on technology and health news again. So I don't have to talk about this numbskull ad nauseum.
Well, I think
forever.
You're going to need to talk about him anyway because Elon Musk is part of the administration, and he just pulled us out of the World Health Organization yesterday.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Well, we'll save a little money on subscriptions to the World Health Organization magazine.
Did you watch him complain about the World Health Organization?
No, I missed that one.
And you almost hit it on the head just from what you said.
No
all
kidding.
he did was complain about the fees for the World Health Organization. It had nothing to do with vaccines or preventing, plagues. We pay too much. What is wrong with this guy? Just go away.
He just got there.
A little too early. I know it's too early to ask for that.
You're just unpacking the boxes. Come on. Imagine they'll be transporting all those classified documents back into the White House.
Well, the White House, I think the new White House will be Mar-a-Lago. Right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
The other place is just, too many old things in it.
Yeah, he didn't like the White House anyway. He said
didn't.
It was a trashy dump.
Yeah.
He didn't like it at all.
I think he likes it now that he got rid of that big portrait. Who was it, the general?
Of General Milley?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah,
wow.
Maybe.
When a painting gets under your skin, you really got some emotional problems, my friend.
I guess so. Oh, well, it's another cold start in Wisconsin. Boy, were you having
this is the coldest morning we've had so far now.
It's 11 degrees below zero. It feels like 23 below out there.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah,
that's why there's an extreme cold warning all across the state. And schools are closed,
Yep, and, the schools are closed.
Yeah. And
from what I hear anyway.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here and say the schools are closed.
No, they are.
And most aren't, are they?
Most schools are closed.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I forget what building it was, but I heard there was a building on west end of UW's campus that had a pipe burst yesterday. A couple floors were starting to
the pipe burst.
have water leak everywhere.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Wow.
What are you going to do? Call the plumbers. Get them in there. They get a lot of work this time of year.
Yeah.
So what do you think our high, if we're starting out at 11 below zero, what do you guess our high might be?
Our high is going to be about 5 below. That's my guess.
Yeah, okay, that's wrong.
You want my, let's say,
we'll keep the
5
tension
above.
going.
Let's say 5 above.
Well, let's ask the weather lottery ball machine.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
What's the first digit? Here comes the first ball. It's coming right up the shaft.
Oh, there it is.
0. And the second one is also 0. Double zeros. That's going to be our high today. Our actual air temperature, 0.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And then, of course, there'll be a wind chill of some sort.
Yeah. Below 0.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So not too much to go outside for. I just stay inside. Keep the radio on. We'll keep you informed and entertained.
Yep. Keep the pets indoors. You don't want to let them loose outside, especially the cats. Right. The cats
go crazy. Yeah.
The dogs and cats.
Did you have any frost? No frost out there.
No. Oddly, just kind of a little light dusting of snow.
Yeah. Very, very light snow.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little bit of that overnight, but no frost because it's not that moist out. There's no humidity. There's no.
It's drawing the humidity out of the air. Yeah. It's burning it off in the sunlight.
Right.
burning water.
You just love to get me
I
going,
do.
don't you? It's just water doesn't burn, fog doesn't burn, snow doesn't burn.
Really? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You're never going to convince me.
There's going to be a lot of meteorologists that are out of work, and
I feel
you can
bad.
ask them. They'll be walking around on the streets. You can just ask them, what the weather's like.
Ever since they started clearing house at that one network,
right?
I don't know if they've done it completely yet. Have they done it at 27
I don't think so. I think they got rid of a couple of people.
All right.
So far.
But it seems impossible to do this through what is it?
The Weather Channel.
Weather Channel.
Yeah.
They can't do it locally. They can't have people out in the snow. They can't have. Well, They can't have people in the streets. They can't do anything. They can't actually, just drive into work real quick and start reporting the news because, the weather's happening immediately. Yeah. They can't do all that stuff. I don't know what we're going to do without having local meteorologists.
Well, it's going to be like, they got rid of a lot of the sports department people. It's rare.
They did.
Yeah, you see it, some TV stations don't have a sports person anymore. They just let the reporters handle the sports.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same kind of deal where they'll just throw a reporter out there in the snow and let them fend for themselves and or get in a car, drive around. I love the drive around weather, where they have a camera in the car.
That's right.
Pointing at a road in front of them that's just all snowy. And
they're driving around, so we don't have to.
That's it. Yeah. All right. Well,
it's hard to imagine that, we're looking back on those old days of television news when they had reporters.
Right.
I think I read that Channel 3 got rid of their Sunday morning news program.
I think they did.
The interviews with the local politicians in the state. Yeah. That is just ridiculous.
We should get Neil Heinen in here, and he can explain
what's
going on.
Get his impressions of what's going on in the news.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the National Day calendar. See what's going
Couldn't
on.
delay that any longer, I guess.
What day does not belong here?
Do we have a lot of specific days today that we have to wrangle?
Lost the one. Oh, well, never mind. Is it National Granola Bar Day? Is it National Squirrel Appreciation Day? How about National Hugging Day? Or National Hyaluronic Acid Day? Which one of those days? Well, actually, all of those days belong.
John, you're looking at his screen now.
Yeah, you're cheating, so let's just start in.
All right, let's just go at it.
Okay. What do you think National Hyaluronic Acid Day is? Hyaluronic acid day.
Well, I guess they...
what is that?
They put that in specific kinds of makeup in order to
you're
hydrate
right.
the skin.
You're exactly right on.
There you go.
Especially during cold, dry weather months, you want to have a little hydration. And National Hyaluronic Day, good God, Hyaluronic Acid Day raises the awareness of the importance of hydrating benefits of skincare ingredients.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, they've added it to a lot of makeup.
Yeah. So, take care of yourself and hydrate your skin today with hyaluronic acid.
You just can't. You love saying it, don't you?
I do.
Highly moronic acid.
In my case, yes. National Granola Day. Granola Bar Day. Yes, recognizes the considerable nutrition and energy found in one wholesome granola bar.
They're not that wholesome. I have to say that because of protein isolates that they have now, they put that in these bars to make them more healthy.
Yeah.
So if you go and you buy any of these bars anywhere, these granola bars, buy them with the protein in it. Skip all the other junk.
Right.
They try to fool you with fiber.
Right.
They 12 grams of fiber. No, 12 grams of protein is what you really should be looking for.
Well, fiber's necessary too in your diet.
Protein is
protein's pretty important. Yeah.
It is, but you get the protein.
Well,
bars.
you shouldn't be eating a granola bar as a meal. You should be having like a collection of things,
Well, not really.
What? Fruits, vegetables?
You just eat snacks all the time, right, John?
No, you don't do that. But what you should do is pace throughout the entire day. Intake of protein.
I thought you meant walk around.
No. Well, yeah, you have to pace. But, you really need protein throughout the entire day, especially as you get older.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't absorb as much of it, so you have to keep that supply going. It's amazing how much protein you need.
Thank you, Dr.
As a
John.
senior citizen.
It's National Squirrel Day, Squirrel Appreciation Day.
Yeah, my dog has a love for squirrels.
Yeah, I bet.
I can't get her off the squirrel thing. It's 2 years. She's almost 2 years old, and still she can't get enough of the damn squirrels outside.
There are lots of different kinds of squirrels. The ground squirrel, the 13-lined ground squirrel. I don't know what that is. The rock squirrel, the California ground squirrel. There's lots of different squirrels out there. We appreciate them all, don't we,
Well,
John?
they're freezing to death this week.
Speaking of that, a little bit later on, we'll talk to the Dane County Humane Society. I wonder if they have a squirrel to adopt.
Oh, that would be great. Yes.
I still want to get a talking bird that talks dirty.
Wouldn't that be great?
I just think it'd be hilarious. Bring it in here. It's National Hugging Day. Hey, why don't you just walk up to somebody and give them a great big hug without asking? Purpose of this day is to help everyone show a little bit more emotion in public. We really need that. The only way to celebrate the day is by offering a hug. You just offer a hug to anyone and everyone you want.
Everybody saw the missed kiss.
From Donald to Melania?
Yes.
Well, the hat blocked him.
Everybody knows that the hat was the secret way to block him. It's low. The rim is so low. He couldn't get close, and she wouldn't make it any closer.
She wasn't going to do anything about it. No.
What a great defensive mechanism.
I wonder if she tried on a whole bunch of different hats just for that purpose, tested them out.
I was waiting for her to bring out the knives. She looked like V for Vendetta.
She looked like
all of a sudden, wow.
Those characters from Spy versus Spy.
Yes, the flat hat.
Mad Magazine. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great look, but it was very somber and angry looking.
She didn't smile a whole lot.
Well, she never does.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. We're just getting started on a Tuesday morning. A little bit later on, we'll give away some Boys to Men tickets. They're coming to the Wisconsin State Fair. We've got those tickets. And we'll talk to the Dane County Humane Society. It's all coming up.
space. You gotta find yourself a swinging place. You gotta fly.
Yeah.
You gotta soar. You gotta live a little more. Don't try and fight it. You've been invited. Come on and swing, swing, swing.
92.7 WMDX, John and Gordy in the morning.
This portion of the John and Gordy Morning Show is brought to you by Verlo Mattress. Sleep better and dream bigger on a handcrafted Verlo mattress. Find them on Madison's east side or west side, or just go online, verlo.com. Ask about their lifetime guarantee.
All right.
Okay. What do we got? What's first up on the list here?
Well,
what are we going to chat about? Oh, what about all the pardons?
Yeah.
We're going to get to that?
Well, good, sure.
Why?
Yeah, a lot of pardons.
Yeah. 1,500?
1,500
insurrectionists?
Well, yeah, he wasn't real discerning. Just
blanket pardon.
Broadly.
Anybody
gave
and
a
everybody.
pardon everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and commuted some sentences early for some people.
Now, I thought J.D. Vance said last week that that was not going to happen. They were going to, pick and choose. Just the worst violent offenders would not get the pardons, and then people that were just standing around watching things were going to be okay. They would get the pardon.
I think being president of the United States has kind of gone to Trump's head. I think he feels all powerful, and that's where he's going with it. He did promise that he was going to let the Justice Department make all the arrangements to decide who gets off and who doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got all these Sharpie pens. He doesn't know what to do with them.
Well,
he's throwing them out to the crowd yesterday.
I think he got into a rhythm.
Yeah.
That desk was stacked with executive orders.
Oh, God.
Too many executive orders.
Well, how many of those will actually stand up? Don't they have to go through some legal proceedings anyway?
Well, the more controversial ones probably will. Others will probably just float on by, and the House and the Senate won't give a damn about any of it. They'll let him take whatever liberties he wants.
Sure.
And that's how it's all going to happen in this administration.
Okay.
But, it's kind of sad,
Yeah.
I've got some commentary on this. This is what happens when you let a coup go unpunished. It's one comment that I saw on Twitter. Another, winning never stops. But this very angry person complaining about people complaining about these insurrectionists getting pardons and commuted sentences. He goes, seditious conspiracy? Give me an effing break. BS drummed up charges. Glad they're out. The whole charade was a gross abuse of power by the Biden administration going after political enemies.
Okay.
God, I am so tired of hearing that from these people. Well, if they do something wrong, then we penalize them. I don't know. Maybe it was just my imagination, or some wild nightmare about watching the Capitol being, broken into.
Right.
We had protests here at our state capitol, and they were peaceful protests, very peaceful protests. Even inside, everybody was very good. No damage to the Capitol whatsoever. And yet our Republican legislators wanted to lock everybody up. They wanted to make it illegal to protest there.
Yeah.
And they wanted to bust some skulls. They really did.
Yeah.
They actually posed that as a solution to getting those protesters to stop protesting. Bust some skulls. And here we have, we watched it happen. We watched them breaking into the Capitol, taking a dump inside, breaking things up, and now we're letting them all go.
Yeah.
This is just stunning. Just stunning.
On this date back in 1977, I'm just checking the history books because we skipped over that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. But Cardin pardoned all the draft dodgers from Vietnam. Remember when that happened?
Yes.
And that was controversial at the time, but he did it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And
a lot of people were thankful for that.
Very thankful. Yes.
Yeah. was contemplating doing the same thing once.
Yeah.
Thank goodness the
Going to
lottery
Canada?
came out
Yeah,
and
same here.
gave me a high number, so I
Right.
didn't have to go to Canada.
Right.
Although it would have been kind of a perfect time to go to Canada, and thinking now what's happened here in this country now that we have a dictatorship.
Well, yeah.
We have Mark on the line. Let's go to the phones right away here.
Sure.
Mark, what do you got for us?
Good morning.
Good grief! It just is sad to hear that he's going to be pardoning all those insurrectionists. That's really back in the blue. All we hear from these right wingers. Oh, when the Black Lives Matter protest was going on, all these cops were getting assaulted, and that cities were actually literally burned to the ground. And that absolutely didn't. No cities got burned to the ground. Yes, there was cases of arson. A good portion of those arson cases were actually those boogaloo boys, trying to stir up trouble.
That's right.
And that how any police officer now can actually say Trump backs the blue, because all the police officers that were assaulted in that Capitol, and for God's sakes, we saw them taking flagpoles down and using them as battering rams to take down the doors.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How they can. It just.
Yeah.
It's mind-numbing.
It's frustrating.
I mean, the only normality here is young Frankenstein normality, and it's Abby normal.
Yeah.
Abby somebody. It's Abby normal. I mean, that it is just.
Well, so,
the Gulf of America.
some of those pardons included
idiotic.
Proud Boys who faced seditious conspiracy charges. I mean, it was just the felony crimes they admitted to.
Right.
Yes. These people, it said they were guilty.
Right.
And now they're off.
Them, yes.
Yeah, they got off.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I know. All right, Mark. Thank you.
Thanks, brothers.
All right.
Appreciate that call. You can call us at 608-879-8255. That's 879-TALK, or just use your Civic Media app.
How is this being the party of the law and order? How is this making America safe?
Good question.
How is this great? Traitors and terrorists, foreign and domestic, loose on our streets in America. Well, we're going to find out. Maybe a lot of them will run for office, and we'll find out later on how that works out.
Yeah. Well, we've got a whole lot more to go here. A little bit later on, we'll be giving away those Boys to Men tickets coming to the State Fair.
Oh, and the middle class is going to get hit hard.
Oh, with taxes?
Yes, that's a big story coming up after 7.
I thought they weren't going to do it that way.
Oh, it's going to happen.
All right. We got a lot more coming up. Midwest Farm Report right around the corner. Back with more of John and Gordy in just a few minutes. Bundle up. It's cold.
As the 21st century began, human evolution was at a turning point, a dumbing down. With no natural predators to thin the herd, it began to simply reward those who reproduced the most and left the intelligent to become an endangered species.
Now listen, Grapehead. I'll explain it so even you can understand it.
You calling me a liar?
I ain't calling you a truther.
Idiocracy.
For the smartest guy in the world, you're pretty dumb sometimes.
Yep.
Jeez.
It's Idiocracy time.
It is. It really is.
35. It's really cold. 11 degrees below zero. The high today, just 0.
Yeah.
Yep. There's an extreme cold warning, and almost all the schools are closed. Shut down. Forget about it. Go back to school.
Except for the UW, which is back in session.
Yeah. Right?
I bet you a lot of people are still going to skip class today.
You think?
I would bet.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
it's time for Idiocracy.
Yeah, well, let's get to the first story here. We're talking about birthright citizenship, okay?
Yeah.
And during the Pam Bondi confirmation hearings, she seemed to hesitate about upholding the laws in the 14th Amendment. It's been in the Constitution for a few years now. I hear, anyway. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
And
right.
Trump wants to get rid of it by first raising the issue with an executive order, which he already did. Of course, that won't work, but it starts the repeal process by sending it to our very, very political Supreme Court. Now, for me, this seems like it's bringing back little bits and pieces of the Confederacy. Slowly but surely we're getting there. With DEI, now we don't have to hire minorities anymore. We can blatantly and outright hire white people just because we say that they are more qualified. No one knows if they're qualified or not. You can't really read that into a corporate decision. So they can get away with murder now. DEI is gone. It's history. Out of here. So now, we're bringing back a little bit of the Confederacy without the slavery. But then again, I don't know. Maybe we are bringing back slavery very slowly but surely. Right?
Well, he signed a lot of executive orders yesterday. I'm not sure we've seen all the details.
That's right.
But don't they have to have a test case to go to the Supreme Court? Don't they? I mean, how does it? Wouldn't go immediately to the Supreme Court, or would it?
Well, I don't know. We brought TikTok to the Supreme Court without any
fast-tracked.
Without any reason. Let's go to cut 86 here. This is a web wisdom from somebody who did a little rant on birthright citizenship. Let's check that out.
Okay, so we all know that if you're born in the United States, you're considered a U.S. citizen. No, it's plain, it's simple, it's written in the United States Constitution in the 14th Amendment. But I want you to hear what Trump Attorney General pick Pam Bondi said during her confirmation hearing. Take a listen.
What does the 14th Amendment say?
Senator, the 14th Amendment, we all know, addresses birthright citizenship. I've been a state prosecutor. I've been a state AG. I look forward to, even given your remarks today, working with you and the people of California if I am confirmed as the 87th Attorney General of the United States of America. I didn't take your homework assignment. I'm sorry. I was preparing for today.
So on the 14th Amendment, now you've testified repeatedly to this committee that you will uphold the laws of this country and defend the Constitution of the United States. Do you believe birthright citizenship is the law of the land, and will you defend it regardless of a child born in the United States, regardless of their parents' immigration status?
Senator, I will study birthright citizenship. I would love to meet with you regarding birthright citizenship. Can I answer the
serve as the
question?
Attorney General of the United States, and you still need to study the 14th Amendment of the Constitution? That is not helping me have more confidence in your ability to do this job.
I think what makes Pam Bondi's answer so concerning is that she doesn't seem to grasp the sort of monumental significance of the 14th Amendment. No, the 14th Amendment reset America. It drove a nation that once considered enslaved people and black people inferior to see them as equal citizens under the law. It sort of enshrines this idea that no one and nothing but the U.S. soil in which you were born in gets to define what actually makes you American. And in times like these, that's a very important concept to defend.
It is.
There you go.
One of the most important concepts. And that's why I say it's bringing back a little bit of the Confederacy. Now people aren't necessarily equal. If you're born here to, you mentioned something on this, Sam.
I was
undocumented immigrants in the country.
That's right. I was skimming through this executive order right before the show today, and the first two paragraphs just go on and on about how there's like absolutely no precedent in law for basically ending birthright citizenship for anyone born in the United States. And then it goes on to create different categories of birthright citizenship in this executive order. If both of your parents are citizens, you still get birthright citizenship. However, if one or both of your parents, I think, are either temporarily here or they're not citizens at all, they're here illegally, then you don't get birthright citizenship. How do you just create categories like that? There's no precedent for this in law anywhere. You can't just make it up like that.
Yeah. His kids, by the way.
Exactly. Both of his
would not be
Melania
citizens
and
at this point.
his former wife.
Yeah.
It goes on to say 30 days from now is when that order is going to take effect. So if you have a kid sometime in the next 30 days, they're still going to get citizenship when they're born, but come 30 days, if nothing changes, then that's going into effect.
Certainly not retroactive, so can't have that happen.
No. Wow.
Isn't
that's just mind-blowing.
I mean, the reason why they came up with birthright citizenship in the first place would say, keep your hands off this particular amendment, all right? Just forget about changing the 14th Amendment.
Right.
Because it was such an important thing to put in place after the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
Man. I don't.
Okay, well that takes care of that executive order.
First piece of outrage that we could muster up today. Oh, God.
There's lots more executive orders where that one came from.
Yeah.
And we're going to dig through all of them.
Oh, I'm sure, we'll be getting to most of them.
Every one of them.
Well, it keeps us busy. Keeps the riffraff out there busy.
That's it.
We can talk about it ad nauseum, and it wouldn't make a damn bit of difference.
That's part of the strategy, though. Just flood all this stuff out there.
Yep. Fire hose of BS.
The fire hose of BS. Just get it going right away, every day. Tons of stuff.
Yep.
Media can't cover it all, and they just keep it up.
Well, next hour we're going to get to the big story, and that is it's going to really hurt the middle and lower class individuals in this country who were told by my brothers to just wait and see. And see how it affects you. Well, they've got plans to pay for the tax cuts for corporations and billionaires by taking money away from you. That's next hour. Yeah. But I want to get to this. Republicans have introduced legislation to raise the cap on insulin for seniors. Right now, it's capped at $35. They want to take this away. Hey, I've got another web wisdom for us here, another rant from the internets, the tubes.
Okay.
Let's check it out. Cut 85.
Here we go, folks. Republicans have just introduced a bill to remove the $35 cap on insulin for senior citizens. This is amazing. And the $2,000 cap for prescription drugs, they're going to take that away too, because we can't be letting these senior citizens just take all this medicine to make themselves feel better in the later stages of their life. And for good measure, they will increase the cost of premiums and co-pays for everyone in America across the board. They want to take more money out of the pockets of senior citizens, those on Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. You asked for it, MAGA. You got it. Good luck with that.
All right.
It wasn't that long ago they instated this. I mean, that they put this in place, right?
Right.
For the $35
in
maximum.
Fact, Trump tried to take credit for it.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I did that. I put that in place, not Biden. Biden made it permanent, and he applied it to Medicare.
Yeah.
Now he's now they're going to take it back, the whole thing. What is happening, right?
No.
God. Well,
we're getting a few texts in here.
Yeah.
Catch up on these.
Doug, of course, chimed in with reference to Melania's hat. Is Pizza Hut a sponsor of the inauguration?
It does look like the Pizza Hut logo.
It really does.
I thought I put that on our Facebook page, but I don't see it here.
And also, Mark said, wasn't it in Animal Farm that everyone is equal except some are more equal than others?
That's right. That's right. Animal Farm.
Now this is truly a big story. This could have been a big story. Treasury Secretary nominee Scott Bessent actually said the term job creators. All right, we thought maybe we buried that in the past somewhere. Well, he dug it up again. The job creators we knew really weren't job creators after all. They were just reinvestors, and they took the money and gave themselves bonuses. We know that they didn't create jobs out of the money they were given in tax cuts. But, those job creators, they're back again. It's already clear that members of the incoming administration, like Treasury Secretary nominee Scott Bessent, are going to prioritize those at the top instead of working class Americans. Now, let's go to cut 90 here. This is Senator Chris Murphy asking about the minimum wage. Let's check it out.
I want to show you a couple of clips from Scott Bessent's nomination hearing today. He is Trump's nominee to be Secretary of the Treasury. He is a hedge fund manager. He's worth somewhere around $700 million. He has no clue how regular people live, and you will see this in some of these clips. He was asked by Bernie Sanders if he thinks that we should raise the minimum wage. The minimum wage today nationally is $7.25. Here's his very simple answer to Bernie Sanders' question.
So you don't think we should change the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour?
No, sir. No. That's his answer. No, he doesn't think that we should raise the minimum wage above $7.25. You know what $7.25 gets you a month? About $1,200. Scott Bessent's from South Carolina. You know how much the monthly rent is there for the average one-bedroom apartment? $2,200. I mean, the idea that this guy lives in a world in which he thinks that people can live on $7.25 tells you what is so fraudulent about this billionaire cabinet. They don't know how the rest of us live.
It's just an amazing thing to keep the federal minimum wage at $7.25. Now let's go to cut 91. I know we're running out of time. I think we can get this in. Elizabeth Warren and Raphael Warnock talking about tax cuts.
Is there any billionaire rich enough who you wouldn't support a tax cut for going forward?
That I think it's unwise to single out any individual.
Okay, is there any group of billionaires? You can just pick a dollar figure and there can be more than one above that.
I could give you a glib answer, but I won't.
In 2013, Congress extended the Bush tax cuts for everyone except those making more than $400,000 a year. This bipartisan decision saved the Treasury $600 billion, helping to narrow the deficit. Do you agree that ending the tax cuts for those making more than $400,000 would help close the deficit and reduce our national debt?
Senator Warnock, I do not. I believe that you would capture an inordinate amount of small business people who largely are in that cohort of 400,000 to a million.
So you wouldn't cut it off at 400,000. What about $1 million?
That again, I believe these are small business pass-through owners, and I believe that we, as I said before, Wall Street's done great. It is time for Main Street to do well. And
so
small
this is
businesses.
Scott Bessent. It's just incredible. And by the way, there was no limit. No, we got to give tax to the job creators, he said later on, and it is just truly jaw-dropping.
It's sad.
Thanks for that music. Curb your enthusiasm, John.
Exactly. 6:49, coming back with more of John and Gordy, Boys to Men tickets right around the corner. What? Yeah.
All right, you got.
What were you going to say to me? Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lisa.
Is everyone
Hi.
staying warm today?
Yeah,
Doing our best.
Yeah, the studio's okay, and we're bundled up, so we're sweating it out here now.
I have found a blindfold.
It's got a prop.
Perfect.
A prop.
What are you guys doing on this show? Wow.
I know we put a lot
Stepped
of
it
effort
up.
into this here.
Yeah. Put it over my glasses.
Yeah, over your glasses,
Headphones.
so you can see.
All right.
That's not going to work. See,
I
you
think
should have
I-
I'm
tried.
not going to know how much time we have for anything. So
Well, I'll.
you clue me in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think John needs like a shock collar so I can let him know when to look at the clock.
Sorry, we don't condone the shock.
Do you have the
collar,
prop-
But, I mean,
Not
if a
for
person
not
wants
for
to try
no,
it,
not for animals, just for John.
Okay.
How dare you talk about shock collars when the Humane Society is on our show here? This is just, that's
it's too
horrible
much.
stuff. We can't do that.
All right.
Okay, what
so,
do we?
do you have the music standing
Yeah,
by?
yeah.
Proper dating game music?
Do we have the nominees?
Yeah, but Gordy's
don't
got it.
put 'em up
Gordy's
yet.
looking at the screen.
Well, are
okay.
you going to put them up now?
Whenever you're
Well,
not
just
looking.
wait. Just
All right.
wait. You can't wait to put the prop on. Okay.
20 seconds.
Men and their toys.
That's it. Yeah.
All right.
Got a good morning from Sherry there.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, it's been a while.
10 seconds.
Mm-hmm. 92.7 WMBX, John and Gordy in the morning.
Time to play the dating game.
That's what that music means.
Yes, with the Dane County Humane Society. And we welcome back Lisa Bernard. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
Ready to go.
We
Ready
are
to
all
go.
prepared for this. If you're watching on X or on YouTube or on Facebook. Gordy has brought a prop in this time, and he's going to be blindfolded for
putting the
this
blindfold
particular
on
event.
right now.
Okay, so you can't see
that
the
work?
pets. All right, so let's
Can't see anything.
Let's get the nominees in our dating game for pets.
And the idea is I am looking for a dog. I'm still looking, and we'll see if a dog is one of the contestants. So let's, do you have the pictures up now?
He can see through
I
that.
can't see anything. Okay.
You're wearing your glasses outside of the blindfold.
That's correct. If you're watching on Facebook,
just so
it's
you
actually just to hold them on there. 'Cause the strap is way too loose. I got the headphones on. Okay, so what do we got? 3 contestants. Do they have names? Lisa?
They do. One is Judy. One is Sirius. And then we have a pair named Toast and Alfred.
Yeah.
A pair. Okay.
A pair. They're
What were
looking
those-
for a home together. Should we start with the pair?
Sure.
Okay, so they're 8 months old, brothers, and they're a little skittish. So they need a little more time to socialize with them.
All right. Well, that's what they're for, basically, to teach
Pair.
to socialize. Okay.
What were their names again? The pair?
Toast and Alfred.
Yes, Toast and Alfred.
Toast and Alfred. Okay. And they're brothers.
And they're brothers.
Okay. Are they going to grow into a large size pair of brothers?
No, they'll be
Pretty much their
small
size.
compared to everybody else. I think they're almost done growing.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go on to the other contestants.
Okay, what about Judy? What do you think about Judy there?
Oh, Judy, she is energetic. She's 7 months. So she's got lots of puppy energy. She loves she loves snuggles. So I almost scooped up there. Oh my gosh.
That's
you may
wonderful.
have tipped
That's
your
wonderful.
hand there
Yeah,
on
but-
Judy, but okay.
All
and
right.
the other one?
Serious, even though he sounds like he should be serious. He can be wiggly too and very sweet. And, he needs a little time to become comfortable, but I will warn you, he is also very smart because he knows how to operate he figures out latches. So you gotta watch it.
Figures out what?
Like the latches on a door.
Yeah.
So
Are any of these animals reptiles?
no.
Okay.
You know,
I don't want any reptiles.
That would be a real talent for a reptile to figure out the latches on a door.
I'm thinking a snake could just slither up there and wrap themselves around it. And
you never
I
know.
don't know.
I did fail to mention that Sirius is an adult.
okay, Sirius is an adult.
Yep.
All right.
Well, take your pick here, man.
Well, I will. I guess I would pick number one because Lisa, you let it slip that it was a puppy, or had puppy energy. I assume that's a dog, and that's what I'm looking for.
You mean
Did I get
Judy?
that or Judy?
Judy, yeah.
Judy,
Yep.
sorry.
Yep.
Yes. What kind of puppy?
So she is a Labrador Retriever mix.
Oh, yeah.
So she's
Great.
got really cute ears.
Yeah.
Beautiful color. She's very wiggly. She's working on her training. She loves belly rubs. I feel like you could take your mask
Yes,
off
I'm going to
if you
take.
were
Yeah,
to
it's time to,
Yeah,
time
you
to
can-
do the
time
grand
to-
reveal.
Since I picked the puppy. Oh, yes, Judy's very cute.
She's
And
very
Toast
cute.
and Alfred, I was going to guess that hamsters.
Hamsters, right? And Sirius. Look at Sirius.
Oh, Sirius.
Yeah.
Also a dog.
Nice
Yeah.
looking dog, black and white.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
I threw another one in there. Ha ha. But I
Tricky.
will
Very
tell you,
tricky.
Gordy, that Judy could be the right one for you because she's looking for a home without any cats, and
Oh.
she probably prefer no dogs because she wants all the attention for herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially
those
her
labs.
toys. She wants her toys for herself too.
Yeah.
Which one are you talking about now?
That's
Judy.
Judy.
Judy. Okay.
Judy.
All
Sweet
right.
Judy, brown eyes.
Well, I will consider her. And now, if anybody wants to find out more information about any of these pets that you brought with you today or any of the other animals that are available at the Humane Society, how do they do that?
They can go to giveshelter.org/adopt.
Okay. And Dane County Humane Society does a great job. We went out there and took a look around, and unbelievable operation you got going there, Lisa.
Thank you.
You're always looking for volunteers too, right?
We are. We love our volunteers. They help us do everything. They help us with our animal medical services area, with helping slowly recover animals coming out of surgery, giving them lots of snuggles and care, to helping clean kennels and cat condos, to providing snuggles to animals. And if they don't want to work with animals, we also have different like office type positions where they can help with paperwork. They can also volunteer at our thrift store. They are always looking for volunteers, and we have a West Side store as well as an East Side store now. So, and lots of wonderful camaraderie over there. People just love working together over there.
I just want to remind
lot
everybody
of
that
fun.
all these candidates in the dating game are just fantastic, and somebody could definitely provide a home for any one of these candidates.
Yes. Yes. We love all of our candidates. They are wonderful. So, and we know we're going to find homes for them. We hope to find homes for them. So stop on in so maybe we can hook you up.
Very good, Lisa. Appreciate it. Lisa Bernard, Dane County Humane Society. Thanks for being with us. Talk to you next time.
Sounds
Big
great.
stories coming up.
Right around the corner. Stay with us.
Let the sunshine. It's the John and Gordy Show.
I was thinking about maybe putting my dog on the show, but then I'd be afraid someone would try to adopt her.
Yeah.
Oh,
look at
who's that?
This is Piper. I adopted her 2 years ago. She's
Oh.
going to turn 2 in April. Piper.
Oh, that's cute. My dog is almost 2. It'll be 2 in April as well. That looks like a border collie-ish type of something or other.
She's actually mostly Chihuahua at like 38%. And then Shih
Doesn't
Tzu,
look.
Cocker
Yeah.
Spaniel,
Cocker Spaniel.
miniature pinscher, and a bunch of little type of dogs. So,
Wow.
but
A Chihuahua is not something I would have guessed.
And what kind of dog was Judy and the other dog?
So Judy is a Labrador Retriever mix. Thank you.
Yep.
And Sirius is a Mastiff mix. So Sirius is like 86 pounds is what he's listed at currently.
Yeah, no.
So he's a big guy.
That's too big.
Yeah,
But he's a good snuggler.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
How big will Judy get?
You know, that's kind of hard to say. It depends on what the other mixes are, but she could get around medium size, so maybe 35,
45,
between 35, 50-ish,
Yeah.
in between there.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Good to know.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
it looks like you have a lovable little dog right there, so that's cute. Look at her.
Yeah.
Or him, whatever.
it is a her.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
That's
thanks,
pretty
Lisa.
cool.
We got to run along here.
Yep.
We appreciate it.
All right.
Have a great day.
You
Yep,
too.
you too.
Take care.
It's a beautiful morning.
We got a new act. It's phenomenal. It's sensational. It's terrific. It's even mediocre.
No, it's disgusting. It's a ploy.
What a ass.
You have a pretty fun show. I listen to it most of the time, you know. Keep up the good work.
God, I love you. Get the hell off the stage.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good.
Good morning, John and Gordy.
Good morning, John and Gordy.
Good morning, John and Gordy.
Good morning. It's fun having a super genius listening to our program.
It's a cold morning is what it is. It's 11 degrees below zero. The high today, just zero. Feels like 23 below. There's an extreme cold warning for the state.
Yeah.
Maybe some snow on the way, a little bit of snow tonight and into tomorrow. But, yeah, just stay nice and warm. Stay bundled up. Okay?
Well, you sound really comfortable.
I do.
Are you more relaxed than ever before?
What do you say?
You're sounding a little sedate.
You know, I think since I got off caffeine, you know.
Yeah.
And I drink nothing but decaf. But, yeah, I'm a little calmer. Maybe sleepy, too.
Yeah. Not good.
Well, you know, when the doctors tell you to get rid of the caffeine, you get rid of the caffeine.
You really have to, yeah. Yep.
By the way, it's time to give away a couple of tickets here.
Can you
What?
maybe get a sugar rush? Could we work that angle?
Do I really sound that sleepy?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
You sound relaxed, not sleepy.
Well, I am relaxed. What's wrong with that? You're a little too hyper. You're a little too energized.
I think you're right about that, too. So, all right, let's get to
do we have some Boys to Men music?
Yes.
Come on.
I was just about to ask, could we have some Boys to Men music?
We've got a couple of tickets to give away. We're giving away tickets all this week.
Yes.
To Boys to Men. They're coming to the Wisconsin State Fair in August, but we've got the tickets now. You can also get tickets at wisconsinstatefair.com. But if you want to win them this morning, you can text us. Just get on the Civic Media app. It's free. You can download it right away and text in the word men. Men would be the word to text in to us. And if we select your name, we will send you the digital tickets here in a couple of weeks. Okay?
All right.
Boys to Men. Send that word men. And if you don't have the Civic Media app, you can text us at 608-879-8255.
And use that app also to text us and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Just to pass this along once again, Catherine is reminding us constantly here, and I'm going to say it again because I want her to stop texting us. Schools are closed.
Yes. Well,
okay, there we go.
Yeah,
right?
we got the
Is
word
that good
out.
enough? Can we just...
You know, I think a lot of the schools just send out a message on their apps and on their phones.
Yeah.
And, but yes, the schools are basically all closed for today.
What are we doing here then? Why did we all have to come into work?
Well, yesterday was a holiday. We didn't have to work then, but we came in just because, it's what we do.
That's right.
Somebody's got to hold the hand
What
of
happens
Southern Wisconsin.
what happens if a pipe bursts when we're on the air right
Well,
right here, right
so
now?
What, in the bathroom?
It's going to be mass chaos. Well, like 10 feet away from me, there's a pipe running through the wall that takes all of like the storm water off of the roof.
Are you scared?
What if it just explodes next to me and starts spewing frozen water everywhere?
Okay. Really? What do you think the chances are that that's going to happen? Are you really that
I just want to dig
freaked
off,
out?
Gordy. I just want to be gone out of here.
Really?
Yeah.
You got 1 foot out the door already. What are you talking about?
I'm
he keeps riding his bike here. It's too cold for a bicycle.
Yeah. Are you riding your bike? Really? I thought you were just walking.
No, I usually walk here. I live a couple blocks away.
He took my parking space, so he brought his car. Thanks a lot, Sam.
There's a car out there that's been parked there for a couple of days with Illinois plates.
Oh.
And the dome light is on.
Oh, no.
The dome light was on yesterday. Oh. It's still on today. I'm thinking, how is that possible?
Yeah.
You think the battery would run down by now, right?
Yeah.
But it's just parked there.
It's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you Yeah.
I'm parked right next to it.
All right. Well, let's get
I tried to open the door just as a good citizen. I thought
the alarms went off. And
no, the doors were locked. I'm like, well, I did my part. What am I supposed to do? Poor person's going to come back. Their battery's going to be run down, and they're going to be out of luck.
You should just left your card on the window to say that you tried your civic best to help out.
Well, I work at Civic Media.
There you go.
See? Doug just
Civic
sent in a
City.
text summarizing, I think this show as a whole very well. What a surreal mix, covering the end of the rule of law, covering the richest man in the world, giving a Sig Heil salute at Trump's inauguration, too. And now we're giving away some Boys to Men tickets.
We got it all for you.
We do.
You don't need to go anywhere else.
We have no particular format in mind. All right. Well,
Okay.
the big story is, it's not a surprise. We warned everybody about this. Steve Ratner, who's on Morning Joe, has warned everybody about this. We played clips from that particular show. So, it's not going to be a surprise, but maybe it will be a surprise to a few. Listen up. Speaker Mike Johnson and House Megas have released the proposed Trump tax cuts, which include a tax increase on single parents, Catherine, taxing college scholarships for students, and raising taxes for homeowners. Well, this is wonderful, huh?
Wonderful news.
And this is, by the way, all of this is to find money to pay for the corporate and billionaire tax cuts. I'm not kidding. I'm not making that up. I'm not, trying to blow this out of proportion. This truly is their reason for doing this. They've come right out and said it. The head of household status was designed to benefit single parents who take on the primary responsibility of caring for a dependent, allowing them to be charged lower rates on more income. For example, in 2025, the 12% tax bracket begins at $11,900 for single filers. But for head of household, it's $17,000. So that's quite the gap there, $5,000. So, yeah. Now, this is going to be an extra tax on single family head of households.
Single parent.
Single parent households.
Right.
Yeah. So this is crazy, right? And, it's not just one kid, but you might have two or three.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to cost the head of household a lot more money.
Yeah. And the billionaires are just, so what?
This is to help the billionaires.
Yeah.
We're trying to find money to give them for tax cuts. Now, how about this one? Students already struggling to pay tuition. Well, dig deep in that pocket there. Qualified scholarships and fellowships are generally excluded from taxable income if used for tuition and related expenses.
Okay.
This option would make all scholarships and fellowships taxable, increasing the revenue by $54 billion over 10 years to pay for those tax cuts for corporations and billionaires. And then, of course, Trump and Republicans are aiming to kill the tax deduction for mortgages, screwing 86 million American homeowners out of their money. The GOP is going to slaughter the middle class, essentially. And what that means, this deduction for mortgages, it really targets those people who just buy homes. They're first-time home buyers or people who have just purchased a home because the interest is so extreme, you want to write all that stuff off.
Yeah.
Normally, if you have a home that's well invested, you've paid your mortgage for many, many years, you don't have the interest rate, so you take the standard deduction. But in this case, most people would, want to deduct all that interest that they're paying in for the first, 5 or 6 years. But they're going to take that away. Deduction for mortgages, gone to pay for billionaires' tax cuts. This is just.
Does this have to go through Congress? Does this have to get signed off by the
House?
IR?
This is the House's idea so far.
Right. Okay.
Here are a few responses. That sounds like the stupidest, most unproductive, useless stuff ever. Vivek and Elon just told Americans they needed H-1B visas because not enough Americans are educated, and you want to force the smartest college students to get a full-time job to pay taxes on their scholarships. All right, sounds good. How about this? There's all these skeptics, and when you read this kind of stuff, they're thinking, well, I don't know. It says here, where's the proposed tax code in which you speak? Do you have it?
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Are you just a propagandist trying to rabble-rouse the last few holdouts of your liberal madness? Well, actually, they have screen captures in the story.
Really?
Yeah, of the bill. So,
Okay.
I mean, if this person did look at the story and the posting on X, they would have seen, screen captures of the actual writing in the bill. So it's out there. It's going to happen.
I thought this was going to be the administration of common sense. Didn't they say that?
Yeah.
Coming in a couple of days ago? No?
And I looked at what the tax code is going to look like. Their proposed tax code, and that means that Americans making under $157,000 will be paying between $1,200 and $1,400 more in taxes if the Trump tax cuts, the new ones, go into effect. So that is the big story today.
Yeah, right.
It's not good.
No, it's
not good news for anybody looking for a break. And, my brothers, of course, they say wait and see what happens. You never know. This House bill may not make it to the Senate.
Are they going to have the first cabinet meeting with all the billionaires getting together, high-fiving each other as they walk in the door?
Well, they're all part of the administration now. So won't be hard to get them all together.
Yeah.
Plan in that dark
Can't
room.
wait for that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The inaugural picture of Trump, right? I mean, it's what kids do. They hold a flashlight under their face in a dark room.
That's
they take
kind of the look
pictures.
he was going
That's
for.
what. That's
It
the
looks
look he was going
like
for.
the face he was given in his mugshot, kind of.
It was the exact same thing, although he shined a light from underneath, and it looks scary.
It is scary. That's going to be hanging up in every post office and federal building all across America, that picture. Okay, this portion of the John and Gordy Morning Show is brought to you by Verlo Mattress, where you can sleep better and dream bigger on a handcrafted Verlo mattress. Check out their east side location or on the west side, or you can go to their website, verlo.com. Be sure to ask about their lifetime guarantee, and they got a lot of accessories there to make your sleeping better.
That's right.
Okay.
We'll get to the Elon Zig Heil. Also, well, what the plans for Gaza.
Ah, yes. Going to make it into a resort area, right?
Yes.
And still can win boys to men tickets. Just text us the word men to the Civic Media app. You could be a winner.
The American dream is killing me.
What is it?
Pull themselves up by the bootstraps there.
People, what is it when you move up into
Morning,
elevate?
Good morning.
Remember.
Move
Hi.
on the
Did you
line.
say starting tomorrow you're going to be off, or Thursday?
No, I'll be here tomorrow, but Thursday, Friday, and Monday I'll be gone.
Okay, that's right.
What's happening?
She's going to Florida.
Florida?
I'm gonna thaw. Yeah.
Thaw.
Well, it's some kind of big weather system that you have to cover. I know, I've heard that excuse before.
Yep. Sunshine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see.
So you're not going to
like
be
that
here.
Sunshine.
You're not going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, I'll be here
Or you'll
tomorrow.
be here tomorrow.
Oh dear.
Not,
And then Tuesday.
Not Thursday.
10 seconds.
Got a lot of paperwork to take care of over here.
92.7 WMPX. We used to use the paper rattle to cover up mistakes that we've made.
Right.
All right.
We still do sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Golden age, golden rule. Those who have the gold make the rules. Thank you, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Time for Brittany Merlot to join us. Good morning, Brittany.
Good morning. How you guys doing? Are you freezing?
We are freezing.
We're below freezing.
Yes.
How are you?
Yeah. I am carrying the space heater with me everywhere I go. That's how cold it is.
Oh.
No kidding.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got a tip for everybody. If you want a long sleeve T-shirt, which I recommend in winter, especially in weather like this, $9.99 at Michael's.
Michael's?
Yeah. Michael's has T-shirts where you can put emblems on it. That's what they're selling them for, for macrame. I don't know, throwing stuff on these T-shirts.
I don't think you put macrame on a T-shirt.
I know. Some kind of art. Anyway, if you want a cheap T-shirts, that's where they have them.
Okay. So
got me thinking we should make "We Survived This Arctic Blast" T-shirts or something like that. 2025 edition.
I like
Yes,
it.
That's right.
Seriously.
So how cold is it in Wausau this morning?
We were at 22 below right now. Actual temperatures with a wind chill of about 40 below at the moment.
Lord.
Yes.
That's
yes,
awful.
yes.
It's 11
So-
below here or thereabouts.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
gosh.
not good.
No, it's not. I looked back at temperatures. I'm like, are we setting records? Are we anywhere near them? No, we're nowhere near them. So we've been worse on this day before, so we can do this.
Okay.
We're fine.
Maybe.
We're fine. We're getting warmer from here on out. There's good news. Our temperatures are rising all day today, even through the overnight and into tomorrow afternoon. So we'll be above zero around midnight tonight, finally, and then continuing up from there.
All right.
Any chances for snow?
We are looking at snow chances. So sunny today, clouds move in by this evening, snow pushes in by early tomorrow morning, some light chances in the morning, and then again in the afternoon. We're not looking at much, to trace to about a half an inch. But finally warm enough for it to snow, which is good.
Excellent. Now, I understand in a couple of days you're going to go, you're getting out of here for a little mini weekend vacation.
Yes, I need to do some research on the sunshine and thaw.
So you're headed south?
I am like a bird going to Florida. I'm out of here.
Well, that sounds like the thing to do. If
Yeah.
you can do it. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Brittany, for all of this bad, very cold weather. I blame you. We always blame the weather person anyway.
That's right.
And I'm carrying on that tradition.
It's great for all those ice fishermen out there, right? There's a positive somewhere.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
Safety on ice.
Yeah. Be careful out there. All right, Brittany, thank you so much.
All right.
Talk to you
Guys,
tomorrow
have a
morning.
good day.
Yep.
Stay
Brittany
warm.
Merlot, our civic media meteorologist. Okay. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we'll be talking to Pat McBride. He's a Wisconsin sports fan, and when he was a younger man, he worked for the Bucks and the Brewers and the Packers all at the same time. I want to figure out how that's even possible.
Yeah. Well, he has a book, right?
I believe so. Right?
I don't
We
know if he's
that?
actually written a book. We'll have to ask him. He works at the UW now. He's like he knows a lot of stuff. He's like a cardiologist researcher. He's a professor. He's a smart guy.
Okay.
We'll talk to him just after the break at the bottom
All
of
right.
the hour.
Let's take a look at the Zig Heil that everybody's talking about. Elon, of course, very excited, very exuberant, couldn't contain himself at the inauguration and after the swearing in, and it was kind of silly and ridiculous, and it's kind of something that he was. I guess his influence from his grandparents kind of bled over. His grandparents were very big fans of Nazi Germany, and apartheid and all that kind of stuff. So there is a history here. Now, I'm going to play a cut here. This is a fellow by the name of Hassan Piker. He's a political live streamer. My sons watch every once in a while, and he tuned over. Take a look at what's going on yesterday at the White House, and his surprised look was just fascinating. But he also said something here, and I want to play cut 104 for you. Here, listen to this here.
And I just want to say thank you. Anyway, let's look at one of these tech billionaire oligarchs speaking at the inauguration. My heart goes out to you. Did he just Sig Heil? It is thanks to you that the future of civilization.
A little bit of a shock. And that was reposted by Jerry Rig Everything. Now, if you don't know about Jerry Rig Everything, this guy used to test out phones. I don't know if he still does that or not. He used to drop them, see if they broke, scratch the screen, what it took to scratch the screens on them. He even took them apart to show you what the battery looked like and how it was mounted in the phone. He was a tech guy doing all that kind of stuff. And he wrote this. I currently own 4 different Tesla vehicles. By the end of 2025, I will own 0 Tesla vehicles.
Okay.
So, that's a good promise. The Elon video was followed by photos, by the way, of other politicians with their arms in the air, looking like, Zig Heils, but not really. They're just photos, that stop a motion. And, it's just like somebody, waving their hand around.
Yeah, maybe they're just waving. And
that's all they're doing.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not Zig Heils, but they try to make it seem like everybody else did it. Look, there's Hillary, there's Kamala. MAGA is mad about what was going on. All these accusations that Elon Musk gave a Nazi salute out there. And CNN had a hard time covering this thing. They
did they?
Well, they didn't want to come right out and say Zig Heil, mention Germany, Nazis, whatever. They can't say anything about that because that's the media. That's where we got to this point. Cut 105. Let's listen to the reactions of the CNN hosts.
Okay.
No time, I'm afraid, John.
We'll have to hold that one over, I think.
Yeah, right. A whole 38 seconds. All right. Well, we'll just skip that one. But they had a hard time. I described it. They had a hard time mentioning it, and they didn't say anything.
All right. Well, coming up right around the corner, we'll talk to Pat McBride. He's in the studio here. He's a Wisconsin sports fan, and he'll tell us about his time working for the Bucks and the Brewers and the Packers. It's all coming up next on John and Gordy. And I'll adjust them here. Turn on the mics here for a second.
All
And,
right.
See if you can hear me and hear yourself.
Yes. Check.
Too
1,
loud?
2, 3. No.
It's about right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Shoplift Emporium, the world's first store intended to fill the needs of today's busy kleptomaniacs. Our cluttered aisles, unstaffed dressing rooms, mirrorless walls, and untrained, uncaring security guards make it almost impossible for us to catch you. So why pay retail? Why pay wholesale? Come on down to Ed's Shoplift Emporium, where everything on sale is a real steal.
It is.
Great place.
I think that's where Sam got the coffee maker that broke the other day.
They got free parking there, too.
Oh, well, I see.
It's 7:35. It's really cold out there this morning, 11 below zero. Bundle up. Want to send our congratulations out to Diane from Madison. She's going to go see Boys to Men. They're coming to the Wisconsin State Fair in August. We'll have more tickets to give away tomorrow. Right now,
I thought she was asking us out. I saw the text, men.
No, that was the text word, John. Had you been paying attention,
I
you would have
never
known
pay
that.
attention to the word.
Okay. All right. Time for us to welcome in our guest. Pat McBride is with us. He's an author. He wrote this book called The Luckiest Boy in the World. Pat, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Good to have you with us. Now, understand, we introduced you as being someone who, as a young man, you worked for the Brewers, the Bucks, and the Packers.
That's correct.
All around the same time, right?
Yeah, age 15.
Wow. Well, tell us, first of all, about your experience with the Brewers. How do you get a job with the Brewers as a young man? As a bat boy, right?
Yes. Well, actually, let me just say, listening to your show on the way in, my mother was a political reporter and covered the White House. And so I met 3 different presidents on my way in.
No
So this
kidding.
is an interesting time. Yeah.
Which 3?
Well, JFK, she worked on JFK's campaign. So I met him several times. And then I met LBJ at the White House. She took us to the White House. And then I met Tricky Dick. And so we've been here before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was there when he did the famous, sign.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm
And
not
then,
a crook.
Yeah, I am not a crook. We snuck in. My twin brother and I wrote this book, and we snuck in and saw him do that. And just then somebody came up and tapped us on the shoulder and said, "Hey, you kids aren't supposed to be here." So then I decided I didn't have a career in politics. My twin brother is the mayor of Wauwatosa, and he and I decided it's time to write this book. So I got a job with the Brewers when Bud Selig said, we need Major League Baseball back in Milwaukee. We used to run around the stadium when the Braves were there. And Bud Selig, I opened the paper up one morning, the Milwaukee Sentinel, and there was an essay contest to work for the Brewers that he was bringing back to Milwaukee.
What year was this?
That actually was 1969. He had 11 games with the White Sox.
Okay.
He was trying to buy the White Sox. And there was an essay that said, I want to be a bat boy because. So I wrote, I want to be a bat boy because I would like to be doing a small part to bringing baseball back to Milwaukee. I would hope the spirit I would show would be contagious. 25 words.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah. And
How old were you?
I was 15. And the judge of the contest was Eddie Matthews.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he picked my essay
No?
out of 1,000 kids.
That's great.
Yeah.
Who's third baseman?
Third baseman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And now, of course, with the passing of Bob Uecker just a few days ago, I got to ask about that. Did you get to know him pretty well?
Got to know him real well. Yeah.
And you do a terrific Uecker imitate. Let's hear your Uecker, okay?
Yeah.
Come on.
Just a little bit high and get up. Get out of here for Robin. Hey, how about that? Another home run for Robin. 2 in this game.
Yes. Wow, that's spot on.
Yeah.
So give us a Uecker story or two.
Yeah. So what you heard on the radio and what you saw on the TV was Bob Uecker 100% of the time. So we had this dining room that all the employees, when they had a break, we'd go up there and eat. And there was the cook up there was named Miami Tucker. just sweetest lady. And she would cook this food, and she loved Bob. She called him Bobby. And he would come up, and it was like, as soon as he came up there, you just put down your utensils because you weren't going to eat. And he would just put on a comedy routine. And she would come and he'd go, Miami. And then she'd go, Bobby. And he'd go, oh my God, what do you got today, Miami? And roast beef, Bobby, I cooked it special for you. And he goes, oh my God, I wondered where my catcher's mitt went. And this is why, it's tougher than my catcher's mitt. Bobby, come on, And then we were on the road one time. We'd get one road trip a year as a kid working in the clubhouse. That was we got paid $5 a game the first year. We'd work 12 hours. Got there at 2.
What a deal.
Yeah, hey. And, we'd clean the whole clubhouse. We'd cook food. We'd do the laundry. We'd do all this stuff. So we're on this road trip, and we're in California, and I was out at this bar with the players. This is when I was a little older. I think I was 20 at that time. I worked there 7 years, and I was with Robin Yount and Molitor and Gantner and Charlie Moore.
Boy.
Yeah, a few players. Yeah. And, I was old enough to drink then. And Euchre was there. And you saw him when he was 90 with Yelich and all those guys.
Yeah,
every year the players hung with him.
Yes.
Because he was the dude. So he was carrying on and doing stories. And then all of a sudden he acts like he's really offended by somebody. He's like, oh, that's it. I'm out of here. No, the hell with you guys. I'm out. So he just storms out of this bar, and they're all looking around, and these guys are like, what happened? What would you do? How did we piss off Bob,
Yeah.
So they go, what? Somebody go get him, So everybody heads to this front door, this big bar in California, in L.A. And we open the door, and there's no Euchre. He's gone, and like they asked the door guy, did some old guy with gray hair come out here? No, we never saw him. And all of a sudden this taxi cab just drifts away, and there's Euchre laying on the ground underneath the taxi cab. And he jumps up and he goes, hey, I was just kidding you. Let's go get another beer.
Oh, my God.
And he had set up the whole thing
Oh, my God.
way ahead of time. Just then, let's go, and then that's him.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Always doing
A
something.
real character. I interviewed in broadcast school, Merle Harmon, his partner at the time.
Sweetheart.
He was a very, very nice guy, and he really helped me out with the interview. I didn't know what to ask, and I wasn't a sports guy either, but he was so accommodating. Just one of the nicest guys around. He had the Merle Harmon Sports Shop as well. I want to also bring up something else. You have forwards in here, one by Eddie Doucette.
Yeah. Terrific guy. I'm still in touch with him.
He was the Bucks announcer for many years, right?
He looks the same age as he did then.
Back then.
Yeah.
Now, I listened to him on the radio on WRIT. He was the Duke of Dilemma.
Yeah.
Eddie Doucette, the Duke of Dilemma.
The toaster, he came up with it.
Yeah.
Every nickname,
He was one of the great announcers.
He was terrific. The Bucks as a franchise wouldn't have really made it without Eddie Doucette in those first 2 years.
Yes.
He made them statewide. And then, once Kareem came and everything, it took off. But Eddie Doucette, with the nicknames and the energy and everything, people loved him.
Yeah.
And they still talk about him all the time.
Yeah.
So when people saw that Eddie Doucette did that forward, this helped this book tremendously.
Absolutely.
Well,
So you were a ball boy with the Bucks when Lou Alcindor / Kareem was there.
Yeah. I have a ring.
You got the ring, too.
I got the ring. Because here's how it happened. So I called the Bucks when I had a transistor radio for my paper route. Every kid had a paper route.
Same here.
Yeah, you had a paper route.
You got, yep.
So, if you've got enough subscriptions, you get a transistor radio, right?
Right.
So when I heard they were going to do the coin flip, the Bucks finished last the first year, and I heard they were going to do the coin flip. This is 69. What a year, right? Woodstock, boom.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to this little transistor radio to see what's going to happen with the coin flip, and the Phoenix Suns lose and the Bucks win the coin flip, and I know they're going to get Lou Alcindor. So I run to the rotary phone, pull out the yellow pages, look up the Bucks office. Now this is so stupid because the Bucks office is going nuts. I don't know this. I'm a stupid 15-year-old kid, and I dial their number, and this super nice lady, Jean Schuler, I still am in touch with her. I mean, think about this. I'm 71. I was 15. And she answers the phone politely. Hello, Milwaukee Bucks. And I said, how do you get a job as a ball boy? And she said, well, we're interviewing tomorrow. I'll put your name on the list.
Wow.
And I took the bus downtown to Milwaukee in Quarter, and I interviewed with about 350 kids with the general manager. This would never happen today. We named her the coach, the trainer, and the equipment manager.
Wow.
And I get they really liked me, so they put me on the Bucks bench. So Kareem and I started at the same time.
That's
and we won the championship.
You did.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, we've covered the Bucks and the Brewers. Let's move on to the Packers.
Yeah. So the Packers played 5 games in Milwaukee then because Vince Lombardi was so afraid that the NFL would put a franchise in Milwaukee and really hurt Green Bay. So he put these games down there. So they played in County Stadium, which was crazy because they're playing on a baseball field, right? And the infield was as hard as this table, right?
Yeah.
So I was when I was working with the Brewers, I was so grateful for this job. It was such a terrific job. You know, you're meeting everybody. I met the coaches that were on these teams were Joe DiMaggio, Ted Williams, Yogi Berra, Warren Spahn. I mean,
right.
Killer's Row. I mean, I met guys you wouldn't believe, you know, and I could go on. It was every famous baseball player you'd ever heard.
The golden era, really.
Oh, my God, it was. I mean, I worked for the Baltimore Orioles as a bat boy. I would work on the visiting side oftentimes. You know, that was the year they had 420 game winners and won the World Series and beat the Cincinnati Reds. I worked for the Oakland Athletics with Reggie Jackson. You know, can you imagine kneeling in a circle next to Reggie Jackson?
No.
Carl Yastrzemski,
Wow.
you know.
Boy.
Yeah.
I mean, talking to these guys, I got to be a bat boy in Fenway Park, Yankee Stadium, you know. It's every kid's dream come true. But anyway, so I'm like, what do I got to do to keep this job? So I hustled and hustled and hustled. So the guy working in the clubhouse says to me, hey, how would you like to work the Packer games? I'm a kid from Wisconsin.
Yeah. Why ask?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
You know, so I ran. So what I did was I ran and ran and ran. I never took one walking step in the arena or the stadium. So I would run everywhere. And so he's still my friend. That guy is an unbelievable friend. So I worked the Packer games. So you work the sidelines and you carry out all the equipment through the tunnels and up the dugout steps and we worked the Packer games. So that was Bart Starr, Ray Nitschke, Willie Wood, Herb Adderley, Dave Robinson, you name it.
That is an amazing story. Were there any run-ins with some of the players that you didn't get along with?
I have a chapter in the book. My book's called The Luckiest Boy in the World. And I have a chapter in the book about the Hall of Shame. I decided not to pull any punches in the book. You know, 98% of the people, 99% of the people I work with, fabulous. Baseball players were terrific guys. But there are 5 people in there that I mentioned: Denny McLean, Lou Piniella, Willie Mays, surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah, Willie Mays was not a good person. But Lou Piniella was the all-time worst. Yeah.
No kidding.
Oh, terrible person. Yeah, he would come up, if he struck out.
Had quite a temper.
Yeah, he had a terrible temper. And he'd come up and he'd tear up the locker room. And then we'd have to clean the whole mess up.
Were there any Arnold Palmer moments that you can remember?
Actually,
just kidding. Huh?
Actually, we're not going.
Trump
there.
has a story.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the book is The Luckiest Boy in the World.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
There is a Lou Palmer moment, I could tell you.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Share it.
Well,
you got a minute left, minute or two.
Sparky Lyle was a crazy character, and my boss would buy birthday cakes for a guy if he knew it was his birthday. So it was Boog Powell's birthday. So he buys him a big sheet cake, and Louis Tiant's walking to the shower, and he's got a towel around his waist, and it was sitting on a picnic bench, and he walks up to the picnic bench, steps on the thing, opens his towel, boom, puts his butt right on the birthday cake, and Boog Powell's right there, and he goes, with all the frosting on his bum, he says to him, "Happy birthday, bugger!" And then he walks to the shower, and you just see all this frosting.
All that frosting.
And I saw Sparky Lyle on an airplane about 10 years ago, and I go, "Do you remember?" And he goes, "Hey, you're a clubby."
The cake.
There you go. That's my moment.
Well, Pat McBride, great to have you with us.
You bet, man.
And
thanks for the book.
Yeah, the book is The Luckiest Boy in the World. Where can people find
They can find
anywhere?
it at Mystery to Me and Leopold's and Amazon and lots of local bookstores around the state.
Do we have that song? No?
The Pee Wee Herman thing?
Yeah.
I pulled it up, but then I got rid of it.
Just a little bit outside.
Well, he has a song called "The Luckiest Boy in the World."
Oh, wow.
It's cute.
Thank you, Pat.
You bet, guys. Thank
All
you.
right. Take care.
I am the luckiest boy in the world.
Pee-wee.
My wish to fly has come true.
And you were flying, boy.
Absolutely.
All the teams, all the different teams.
We're with Pat McBride. We asked him to stay over here through the break because we started talking off air and found out you worked at Wrigley Field, one of your first games, right?
Yeah, 1969. This is incredible. If
Being
you
a
think
Cubs
about it.
fan, I had to hear some stories here. So
Yeah.
tell us
So,
what that was like.
My very first game was the 1969 Cubs, the famous team that had the August swoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And every Cubs fan breaks your heart, right? So they show up, and the equipment manager pulls out a Bat Boy bag, and there's 3 different size uniforms in there. And I get a wool Cubs uniform with the C and the Cub in it.
Oh,
I mean,
cute.
I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
And they teach you how to put on the uniform. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And he gives me a Cubs hat.
Can you get into that yet, or?
Well, yeah. So
You don't get to keep it, though.
no.
Oh, you didn't.
A lot of times the team gives you the hat to keep. So I got this collection of hats from visiting teams. So, and you're always hoping, is the guy going to give me the hat? This guy, yeah. So, but you can't ask. See, that's if you start saying, hey, can I have a hat? Can I have a sweatband? You're out. So they teach you how to go down to the dugout, set up the dugout. And when you see the field from the dugout, it is so stunning. You feel like you're in Field of Dreams. And I'm not kidding. When I saw Field of Dreams, I wept.
Yeah.
That's how important it was to me. I mean, it's hard to describe. So I get all the bats ready. You put the bats in the order of the starting lineup and the helmets on this thing. And I'm down there and I'm got my mitt and I'm kind of waiting. And all of a sudden I hear click, 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 and it's spikes coming down the tunnel. It's the first player that I'm going to meet as a bat boy in the dugout.
Yeah.
And a guy sticks his head around the corner, and he goes, hey, it's a great day, son. Let's play too. And I thought I was literally going to drop over because it's Ernie Banks. Mr. Cub.
Yeah.
And when I saw that statue of him at Wrigley Field, oh man, I got emotional. I really did.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh my God, it's Ernie Banks. And he said, hey son, you want to have a catch?
Oh my God.
Well,
really?
let's see. What's the answer to that question? Man, I jump out of there, I grab a ball, and we go out in the gravel, and I'm playing catch with Ernie Banks, and I'm so nervous I can barely get it there. And he goes, hey, relax, son. It's just catch. And pretty soon we're just whipping it back and forth. And I feel like, did I just die and go to heaven?
Absolutely. Oh my God.
Yeah. And then, I go up, and there's the 69 Cubs, Fergie Jenkins, Ron Santos. Wow. I walk in the locker room, there's Ron Santo giving himself an insulin injection. This is 69. People just did not do that.
Right. Yeah.
And nobody knew about it.
Nobody knew.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what a baseball team.
Yeah.
Except for Leo the Lip.
You met DeRocher too, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we met a lot. The managers were generally pretty tough guys.
Sure.
How many years did you spend with each and every one of these teams?
7. I was there 7 years, from 15 to 22. And I had an amazing experience, a mind-boggling experience. I decided when I was 15 that I'd hang around the trainer of the Bucks. He was my mentor, Arnie Garber. He changed my life. And I was working with him rehabbing players. I would take the bus downtown to the Milwaukee Arena, and I'd help them rehab some players in the summer just for the experience. I learned how to tape ankles, and he made me the assistant trainer.
Oh, wow.
I was just
there you go.
Good at it. And I was really interested. So I took a summer course that summer at age 15 in athletic training, and I was the athletic trainer for our high school. And so I said to him, I'd like to be a trainer when I was 16, I think, 17. And he said, no.
No,
you're not going to be a trainer. And I was crestfallen. I thought, God. So I'm a dumb twin. That's what the teachers called me at school.
Really?
Yeah. And now I'm going to be a trainer. The moment was really hard. I got heaviness still in my chest right now. I'll never forget the moment he said, you're too smart to be a trainer. And I don't want you hanging around locker rooms the rest of your life. You're going to medical school.
Wow.
And
you did go.
Yeah. And I looked at him. He said, from now on, I want to see every report card, and it's going to be above 3.5 or you're not working here anymore. And I was, kind of a goof off and all that stuff. And boom, I applied myself, and I went to medical school and became a professor, and then eventually a dean.
And currently you're with UW?
Yeah, I'm an emeritus professor at the University of Wisconsin.
In cardiology?
Yes.
Wow. What a story.
Yeah.
Pat McBride, the luckiest boy in the world. One more story. Talk about Pete Rose.
Yeah, Pete Rose.
Pete Rose story?
This is a fantastic.
He's a jerk, right?
He was not a nice person.
Not a nice guy.
Well, you can tell. I mean, it's like Pete Rose, Denny McClain. They made it public,
Right.
So well, they were picked on constantly, and I'd have a chip on my shoulder.
Oh, yeah, poor guys.
They were jerks.
Yeah,
they were jerks on the field and off the field.
I really feel sorry for these guys.
Yeah.
So I was very fortunate to work 2 All-Star games. I worked the 75 All-Star game for the American and National League at the Brewers, and I worked the 77 All-Star game in the NBA. That was quite an experience as well. Dr. J, Kareem came back from the Lakers, forgot his warm-up, and we went and got his Bucks warm-up, and he came out in his Bucks warm-up, and he was really worried about coming back, because he'd been gone, right? And he thought he was going to get booed, and he comes out in his Bucks warm-up, which I eventually owned.
Oh, yeah. Good for you.
Yeah, it said Alcindor on it.
Oh.
The place went crazy. Yeah. Place went nuts. Gave him a standing ovation. Anyway, back to Rose. So 75 was the All-Star game, and I was working in the visiting locker room. And we had Rose in the first locker, Bench in the second, Morgan, Perez, and then we had the Dodgers, we had the Mets, and the whole thing. And Rose so we were there 3 days. They have these batting contests and all this stuff. And Rose was, these guys, Rose was the kind of person you'd have the laundry basket there, and he'd walk next to it, and he'd drop his laundry on the floor.
Wow.
And you'd say, man, who raised you?
God.
Pat, we're out of time.
Yes, sir.
Thanks again. Pat
You're
McBride.
welcome.
The book is The Luckiest Boy in the World. We really appreciate it.
Back to politics.
Got to get you back sometime.
You bet.
Politics is right.
Tomorrow, Mike McCabe will join us. We hope you have a great day. John?
Gordy?
John?
That's your name. Gordy.
Sam?
John?
Sam?
Gordy.
Gordy.
Pat.
Pat.
Have a great day.
Have a great day, everybody. Stay warm.